Don't matter, I can't help you right now, mister. You're on.
I'm on?
Yeah, you're on.
What are we smoking today?
Oh, I saved a couple purple punch buds for you.
Yeah, so they get these signals from Proxima A and B. Proxima Centauri. It's only 4 light years away. It's close. I think this is where the flying saucers are coming from. And it's a red dwarf star, but it's 2 planets, Proxima B and Proxima A, I believe they call it. And one of these people got abducted years ago. Said that the aliens told them they were from Proxima A and B. And Proxima, I think they said the gray aliens come from Proxima B, and the greener color ones come from Proxima A, and they don't get along.
Why?
Who knows? But I think the ones from Proxima B are the more friendly, and the ones from Proxima A are kind of the ones that be probing people and shit.
Huh.
But it's really close.
I mean,
4 light years ain't that far away. I mean, for us it is because of our technology.
yeah,
But
it's different worlds.
But if you have learned how to either fold space or go at the speed of light, that's not that far away.
Folding space, I don't know if that's one that we're ever going to get into. I don't know if that one will ever happen.
Who knows? They come up with new shit every day.
True. They do that, unfortunately.
They do.
They do that. Why are you? Oh my god, I hate this.
Oh, here we go with computer head again.
Well,
Hate for the computer.
why does it take 20 minutes to load up the fucking website?
You know better than I do.
I don't.
I don't even have a computer. I've never owned a computer other than my phone. That's about as close as I get to it.
Oh, it is a computer.
It's close, yeah, it's close.
It's not close. It's a computer. Especially the one you have.
I tell you about my new phone.
Uh-huh.
I got another phone.
You had to get another phone. You kept on fucking with them goddamn viruses.
I didn't. No. I still got this one.
Oh.
But when I went to pay my bill, which is $53 a month, the guy says, "Man, I got a real nice phone. It's a Motorola. It's bigger than this. It's about that much bigger." And my monthly bill is $50, 53. He said if I gave him another $50, he'd give me this phone, and my payments would be $79 a month after that. So I went and got another telephone number too. It's a different number. But no, I haven't went on anything to cause my phone to do that dumb shit again, freeze up or whatever.
I haven't done anything on this yet. You would think I had the way it fucking freezes up on me all the fucking time. Fucking motherfucker.
Fucking motherfucker. Look at these buds. Nice and dense.
Yep, they are pretty dense.
This is the one I trimmed the other day, right?
What?
This is one I did Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell by the color and the smell. Do you know how many for Monday yet?
No, I gotta go down and look. Not many.
It's not gonna be 5 like before.
No, fuck no. Because that was 3 in 1 week, yeah. And now it might not be any. That is definitely a possibility.
I still got to do the dry though.
Yeah.
Right.
You definitely gotta do the dry.
I saw a cousin walking down the street on the way here.
Yep, he was just walking home. Heading home. Just got done working.
I got 3 people calling me and asking me if I want to come to their Super Bowl party. I said no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lou's called me.
Lou?
Lou called me. My sister just sent me a message. Man, the Super Bowl. Like, why the fuck would I want to go to a Super Bowl party? Lou should have known that.
Yeah.
He did, but he actually said, it was kind of, he goes, I was like, yeah, keep asking, because you never know.
Yeah, that's true.
One time I might be like, yeah, you know what, fuck it, I'll go out tonight. But, not for Super Bowl.
Oh man, it's 2 months old.
I don't really think about Super Bowl that much anyway.
It's just another football game.
That's pretty much it is,
Yeah, they're all the same.
for the most part.
Yeah.
Just a game, just guys running at each other, beating each other up.
Well, we got squares, so you know we can watch at least the score.
Oh, if you got squares, yeah, you should at least do that.
Well, I also have a bet on it.
You do? You, that $200 one?
$50, and I bet that it would be the Chiefs would win and they would cover the over would be the over.
See, I don't understand that. I don't know nothing about gambling. What's the over and under? I don't understand what over and under means.
I'll explain it to you. There's a total points in the end of the game between the 2 teams.
So you bet on what? Whether it's going to be over, whatever they said the score's going to be?
Yeah, whatever they, like someone goes, okay, we think this is going to be a high scoring game,
Gotcha.
so it's 25, or say it's 50 points over. So that means both teams, one team would have scored 25 and the other team would have scored 25.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa, whatever it may be. So if you think that that's going to happen, if you think it's going to be a 30-25 game, then you would bet the over. But if you think it's going to be a low scoring game where it's like 7-10, then you would bet the under.
Oh,
Because you think that it's going to be under the score that they set.
They bet on everything, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
They bet on
Sliders.
They bet on whether or not they fucking hit the uprights.
They bet on the coin toss, the guy told
No,
me.
it's more than that. It's, yeah, the coin toss, but that's at least the flip.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The guy told me he bet on that too.
They bet on touchdowns, like who scores the first touchdown to pay good
Right. You know,
everything.
life is weird. Now, when I was a youngster, you couldn't buy liquor on Sunday. Gambling was considered a total no-no.
It is still considered a total. Well,
No,
no,
not
it's
now.
legal now.
Yeah.
But then again, it's. I'm not going to tell you. To me, that, no, you shouldn't. Gambling shouldn't be illegal in the same sense that having sex, like selling your body, shouldn't be illegal. I believe that there's a lot of things in this world that.
See, the problem with gambling is it's like running into a brick wall for some people. That's every year somebody kills themselves down at the casino. If you check back, you'll find people commit suicide at the casinos all the time.
Okay.
Either
McDonald's can cause you to commit suicide.
well, no, I'm just saying. Yeah, I guess it could.
Yeah, seriously. If you're someone who eats McDonald's on a daily basis and you start getting depressed.
But that's just affecting you, basically. You know, it's like one guy went down there and he had a family and all this, and he gambled all his money away. He was getting ready to lose his house, so he went to the parking structure and jumped off that sucker. That was just a couple of years ago. And you find people in their rooms dead from suicide because they don't have anything else to live for. They gamble their life away.
Yeah. I mean, it's a
I think it's okay. If you got the money and you're not sacrificing anything, you want to
Yeah,
gamble
you
a
should
little
say
bit.
the same thing about weed.
Sure.
But that goes back to the point of that's where the problem is money is valued so much in this society. Money is valued more than anything else in this society.
It is, because they always compare loss of life to money. In other words, they put a condition on it. You know, like a life is worth a certain amount of money. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they try to put a number on it, but
Yeah.
there's no number.
Well, they'll make a number.
They'll make it, but it's just, this is just straight mercy, musky.
Does?
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
people love it though. People are going gaga for
I
it.
can see how some people would. The way it looks, the way it smells. It
Yeah.
has a very
Great,
rich smell.
grapey smell,
Mhm.
sour grapey. I wish the sour grape came through in the flavor.
Yeah, I do too.
But I have, so I'm gonna do videos starting next week, next Monday. No, a week from Monday. Start doing videos. I'm gonna spray these plants. I'm gonna turn one of the males or one of my deadheads into a male, and I'm gonna flower it, pollinate purple punch, pollinate fucking 18 and the creme. See if I can get something crazy.
You probably can. Just keep messing with it. Something will happen that's
Well,
worthy.
the ones that are coming down soon, they're like, they're self-eating. Or they're sativas and they need to go another fucking, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just a sativa that needs to go 11 weeks.
That's a lot of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. That stressed out blueberry, I like it better. If you can believe that.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
I like it better than the non-stressed out. To me, it seems like it has a better taste.
Well,
That's just my opinion.
it don't matter if it don't yield.
Yeah, you're right. In the long run.
Yeah. It don't matter if it don't. Same with this. I don't give a shit how much people like it. If I can't get it above 6 ounces,
It's a waste.
it's a waste. I'm not doing it.
It's all about the real estate.
Yep. There's gonna be a lot of the creme coming out.
Is that a good thing?
I think so. I think it'll be good. There's a lot of Biggie's cough coming.
Now, I'm not familiar with the Biggie's coffee yet.
It's deadhead or it's
I mean, what I'm
Thai
saying,
crossed with.
have I smoked that?
I don't know. Probably.
I don't think I've smoked that.
I'm sure you have. It's very floral.
Biggie's cough.
It's just a temporary name. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep it. It's the sorbet 4 crossed with the wild Thailand.
Okay.
The TS4,
Yeah.
not the creme. Because I have those too.
Right.
I have a couple of those in flower one in flower right now. Bunch of deadhead crosses, an actual deadhead seedling. Hopefully it actually finishes and doesn't hurt me on me. And 2 Jedi cushions.
Jedi.
Yep.
Jedi cushions.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's not looking promising to me. But you don't know. It could be amazing. So you gotta finish it.
Could be.
It won't be that. That's for sure.
I think I want to go to Cambodia.
No, can't
If I go to the Orient, if I go to the Pacific, I think I want to go to Cambodia. I did. Well, I looked at some videos about Cambodia. It was very interesting. You can smoke there.
What? Oh, it's in the Vietnam Peninsula.
Yeah, it's right next to Vietnam.
Yeah, Thailand and Vietnam, in between Thailand and Vietnam.
Yeah, and you can smoke there, and they got modern cities, or you can live in the village, and it's really cheap to live there.
So now we're going to Cambodia, huh?
I mean, if I end up going to Asia, yeah, I think I'm gonna go to Cambodia.
What is
It's either Cambodia. Well, see, I don't want to go to Bali.
what's wrong with Bali?
That's Indonesia.
What about Costa Rica and shit.
I don't want to go South America.
Why not?
I want to go someplace where they speak English.
They do, don't they?
No, not as a rule. I mean, some people do speak English, but not everybody. Like in some, some of these Asian countries, they've had more input with English, with Americans, because.
Oh wow, it's a Buddhist country.
Cambodia?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Its motto is Nation, Religion, King.
They said the people are super friendly.
19 indigenous languages.
That's not that many.
0.3% Christian, 2% Islam.
That sounds about right.
Unitary dominant party, parliamentary, elected, constitutional monarchy. So they have a king.
Yeah. No. But it said parliamentary, didn't it? Did it say parliamentary?
Yeah, hold on.
So the king is just a figurehead, if that's the case.
I mean, it's a unitary state, so it's what other countries?
Well, we know the French were there.
Oh, it's basically unitary. Okay, it's like England. England's a unitary state.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The English were there, the French were there.
Yeah, one party system, so they have a king. They have a dictator.
They're the king, but I think he's just a figurehead. I could be wrong. But I thought I read someplace he's just a figurehead.
A single party rules. The parliamentary system.
Right.
With a constitution that.
That's because of the English.
Elective monarchy is a monarchy ruled by elected monarch, in contrast to the hereditary monarch.
Oh, okay.
In which the office is only passed down as a family inheritance. The manner of election, the nature of candidate qualifications, and the electors vary from case to case. But it could be he pretends.
Mm-hmm.
Is a king Noro? Let me make sure Norodom Shinyamanini. Anyways, is the king of Cambodia. He became king in 2004.
Okay.
After I mean, yeah, he was elected, maybe.
So he's not of royal blood? So to
No, his
speak?
his mom and dad were fucking king.
Okay, so he does come from royalty. I wonder how old he is.
15 million people.
That's not a lot.
No.
But it's not a big country either. It's full of temples.
Full of temples, yeah, because it's Buddhism.
That's where Angkor Wat is. Considered the biggest religious structure in the world.
They've had the same prime minister since 1985.
Mm-hmm.
He's the head of the government. The prime minister is head of the government, and the king is the head of the state. The prime minister is appointed by king.
The only thing I find, one of the only negatives, or more than one of the main negatives I find, I'm not sure about Cambodia yet, I just started research on that. A lot of those countries in the Pacific, they don't have no traffic rules. There are no traffic lights. You just drive. any way you want to.
No way.
Yes, I'm telling you. It's like that in the Philippines, in Malaysia.
They just don't hold to them.
No, they don't have them. There are no traffic lights.
Oh.
They might have, I'll put it this way, maybe in the downtown area, on the main street, they might have a couple of traffic lights. But as far as the whole city is concerned, no traffic light, no stop signs.
Really?
Yeah. I wouldn't want to drive in the Philippines. I would never drive. I would always hire a three-wheeler or something like that. I'd never drive there. It's crazy. It's insane. I watch plenty of videos. I tell you, I know. I've been to Cebu, Manila, Dumaguete, and a couple other cities. Subic. In fact, my friend Subic, he sent me a thing today from Subic Bay in the Philippines. He just married a Filipino guy I went to school with. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely would never drive them, man. You'd have a heart attack trying to drive in those cities, man. It's insane. The same way with India. India's like that too. You know, traffic light. They have like a policeman up in an elevated like platform, but he's just there if stuff really get crazy. Other than that, you're on your own.
Well, there's so many fucking people there.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of silly. Kind of silly, I say. How many people are in that area?
And motorcycles. Oh my God. These countries are full. It's not like here.
Could you imagine if there was 10 million people in this area? In just this area, not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wall
Well, they
to
have
wall.
cities that are the size of Detroit with 25
Wall
million.
to wall people. You can't get away from people.
So like, it would be so much easier to like just be a restaurant over there. Like, think about it, man. Like, that would be such a life to be, because in a big city, that's like a big city. You could like, especially something like that, because you could find a little niche, and you just feed 150 people a fucking, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't have the houses and the space for the fucking grocery stores. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't have that kind of like space there set up for that. It wasn't.
No.
The world's not set up like that.
They have sorry stores.
What?
Sorry. In the Philippines, you know, they only have a couple of grocery stores here and there. They have huge malls, though. They only have a couple of grocery stores here and there. I think Robinson is one of their grocery stores over there. But in the city, in the like the neighborhoods, like this is a neighborhood, the one they usually decide, well, I want to make some extra money. So you go buy a bunch of bananas and oranges, and mangoes, and potato chips, and you open up what they call a sorry store. People come to your house instead of going all the way downtown to the grocery store.
I'm not talking about the poor areas. I'm talking about in the city.
Oh,
I'm talking about like living in the city and being able to like Chinatown, like in those places where they have actual like restaurant, like it's just a row of people who are just cooking, and that's all they do all day. And they're definitely gonna sell everything they cook because there's a billion people in that fucking area.
yeah, that's how it is in the Philippines. Exactly what you just described.
Yeah, because everybody,
And there's street vendors all over the place.
because they don't have like that's the way the world used to be. You congregated to survive.
And they have to sell everything within 24 hours. Because they don't have refrigeration.
Yeah.
So they have to sell everything. And they got these, like that fan here, above the meat. Yeah. They have fans do like to keep the flies away. They have these little fans above the meat. So to keep the flies away. Just spin it back and forth.
I don't eat meat. I mean, I eat meat enough,
There's nothing about it.
but I'm trying to cut it down to where I eat like today. I mean, I eat a little sausage every day, a little piece of sausage. But I'm trying to cut it down to where that's pretty much that's it. And then once a week, maybe once a month, have like some other kind of meat in some other way. Because I feel feel like that's another thing I was thinking about too. I was listening to this thing. We need to find some land in Detroit to build ant farms.
I would like to, yes, I would also like to raise bees.
Yeah, I know. That's cool.
Yeah, beehives. But see, Detroit Highland Park is right for all that kind of stuff. If you had the money, if I had the money, I'd go right to, I'd go to as close to downtown as I could get, where they're tearing down old houses are torn down, and I'd buy lots. I'd buy a whole block of lots. Start farming, have bees, farming.
No, I'm thinking there's a growing, like around the world, they eat bugs.
Yeah, insects.
Yeah, and it's
I just watched a thing about that. It's weird you mentioned that.
it's a sustainable. I just listened to someone talking about it. It's a sustainable way to make protein.
I just watched this a thing on YouTube about that. How in all these, again, go to the Asian countries and African countries, they eat a lot of insects. They eat scorpions, spiders, grasshoppers.
Yeah, because they're everywhere. Grasshoppers especially. Grasshoppers are supposed to be really good for you.
I've eaten, did I eat? Was it grasshopper? I believe it was.
Wow.
I believe it was.
3.5-ounce serving of raw grasshoppers contains 14 to 28 grams, between 14 and 28 grams of protein,
Yeah.
which is quite a lot for such a small food.
Yeah. And they said they're taking the way they cook them up, dry them out, they're very tasty. That girl I've been communicating with, she told me that, listen to this. This is
Red
great.
ants is a 3.5-ounce, an aider of red ant supplies 14 grams of protein.
Wow. As good as steak.
It also supplies 6 milligrams of iron, which is 71% of the 8 milligrams men need each day. About 1/3 of the 18 milligrams women are required on a daily basis. They are also a good source of calcium. So that's my point. Wouldn't it be a good idea? Like, what about that? Starting farms
Yeah.
that figure out how to process it and make it into protein bars. Because you could get with protein bars, people that make protein bars and supplement, like, here you go. Stop adding this protein from this, add this protein, which is more sustainable. Because it don't require shit.
But will it work here in America? It would definitely work overseas, but I don't know if it would work here. Or it'll be a while before it catches on here.
I think it could start. I think it's going to start catching on quicker than people think.
It might.
Because I think people are starting, like the younger generations.
They're more open to doing stuff.
Yeah, they've seen it. They see that.
They're more open to doing
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Beetles. A giant water beetle supplies about 20 grams of protein per 3.5 ounce. 36 grams of protein from a palmworm beetle.
You know
Dose
something?
of zinc.
You know something else weird that goes on over there? At least that's what I was told.
I wonder what they taste like.
What? Insects?
Yeah.
I can't taste them. They must have different taste. If I can remember correctly, I think that grasshopper, it was dry grasshopper. I had 3 of them. And it seems that it tastes a little bit like a corn chip.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. And the corn chip kind of taste to it.
I think it'd be too slow for you.
Yes.
Yeah. But Johnny Depp is wicked.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Oh man.
I was at this place, and this lady was there with bugs to eat. And they were putting them on crackers and stuff and eating them.
Really?
Yeah, I ate, like I said, I think I ate either 2 or 3 grasshoppers. They were real light too, you couldn't even feel them in your hand, it was so light, because they were dried out.
Yeah.
grasshopper don't weigh that much to begin with.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was chewy. I mean, not chewy, but crispy.
I wonder if it was fried.
I think it was just dry.
Just dried.
Yeah, I think that's what they said. They were dried bugs.
As far as bugs go, if you put them in a sauce, crisp them up, so I could just, cause this good protein. I'd be able to eat them, but raw, like how they do like in those shows where they're like surviving and they.
Especially those what do they call them?
Well, this is
Pussy-looking worms.
There's a place called Pinto Market.
Grasshopper
Edible
don't sound so
So
bad.
like they got black ant powder, which is what you just said. You just add the powder to whatever you're eating,
Mm-hmm.
and it adds
Protein?
vitamins and 10 grams. They have roasted crickets, barbecued crickets. So it'd be like eating a little corn chip, but it'd actually be good for you.
Yeah, they got chocolate covered ones too. They had chocolate covered insects where I ate that stuff.
And then they have prebiotic cricket powder. Bugs also come with bugs. We're probably supposed to. That's probably what we were supposed to eat. That's probably what our ancestors ate more than anything else.
Well, that was an easy catch.
That's what I'm saying. So like, if you're in a place and you're like, oh well, there's an anthill here. Well, we're just gonna live off that anthill. We'll get what we can. We'll hunt what we can. But
If push comes to shove, we got
we eat the ants.
something to fall back.
No, I
on.
think ants became. I think crickets and ants were an actual part of the daily staple because it was just something you could get. You could get dry out.
But especially grasshoppers are easy to catch. I used to catch it when I was a kid. They were real easy to catch.
Well, and they reproduce like crazy, so you just throw them into a bin with a bunch of other grasshoppers, and you got a bunch coming the next day.
So is locust grasshoppers?
Yeah, they're just bigger ones.
They're just bigger, right? They have a real problem with those in Australia.
Yeah, we're gonna have a problem with it at some point. Okay, so. Oh wow! So you still have to feed them, but they need a lot less.
Oh yeah, you gotta feed them.
They use 2 bags of feed needed per pound of crickets, where cows have 25 bags of feed per pound of. So damn. You get 1 gallon of water per pound, 2,000 gallons of water per pound, and the emissions of the CO2 gas too.
They're really making the insects sound good, don't they?
Yeah.
Now, everything has side effects, so what are the bad things about insects? Anything in there about that?
Any side effects?
I mean, everything has a negative part to it. Like food, for instance. Too much sugar is bad for you. Too much certain types of fats are bad for you. So is there anything that eating insects that is negative?
I don't know.
It doesn't say anything about that in there
No.
so far.
But it's got 31 grams of protein compared to salmon, which is 20 grams of protein. 8 grams of fat, well, which isn't a lot. So you would that's the negative, right there. That's the negative. There's not enough fat. I mean, you'd have to eat a lot of them
To get
as much fat as you
as
get
you
from-
need.
Yeah, that's one of the things people
Mm-hmm.
you need. So that could be an issue.
So that would be it, probably.
Yeah. But they have 1.8 of omega-3s
And then some people might be allergic to
and
them.
7.2 grams of fiber.
You said it had omega-3 in it too?
Yep, and it's got fiber.
Not bad. Let's get started.
I don't want to buy them right now.
No, you need some land.
They got bamboo worms, bees. Well, they sell them here on this edible market.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Maybe we should buy some and do a show where we're eating insects.
Well, you can try it. Educate. Why eat bugs? Cricket flower. What is chitin? Chitin is in the cells of bugs. I think it's actually what the shell is made of. It's chitin.
Or the exoskeleton. Is that what that's called? Or
Yeah.
insects? It's called exoskeleton.
Yeah. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, boy.
Oh man.
Just imagine how big bugs were. Probably during the dinosaur period of time. Bugs had to be huge. Huge.
Yeah, they were allowed to be huge. So.
Well, I was reading somewhere, well, I wasn't reading it, I heard it somewhere, that the reason why the dinosaurs got so big, the oxygen content in the atmosphere was totally different from now. And it added to them becoming
That's
enormous.
why Komodo dragon is only as big as it is. Same with a lot of other species of animals. Their bodies couldn't handle. They need different, different chemical makeup in the air
Mm-hmm.
to be big. So yes, you're right. That's something that they discovered. That's why they couldn't. Jurassic Park wouldn't work.
Yeah,
Even if you could bring it back, it probably wouldn't survive because the size of
a
it.
different atmosphere.
Different as long as they're made for a different kind of
Yeah.
mixture.
Oh.
And that's one of the reasons why us pulling the fucking dead stuff out of the ground and putting it back into the air is cause for concern. Because if you change the makeup of the air, if we're not fucking quick enough to evolve, we die.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I
Fuck
don't
the
think
air
we
up.
are. Yeah.
They put things in the air that shouldn't be there or that aren't good for human consumption.
I'm more concerned about them finding some bullshit out and fucking, like doing, you know, the ice stuff or the ice melts.
Oh.
And it lets out some fucking super virus.
Well-
Not even super virus, some fucking bug that, like, life, like that fucking movie with,
It's
Ryan Reynolds.
possible. Something like that could happen. It's very possible.
It's in a fucking, because the way it could work, it could be in an ice cube and then the ice cube's floating down.
Or it could be brought here on a meteor or something, or a comet.
Yeah.
It's like that Oumuamua that came through our. You talked about this week too, man. It was in the news. Oumuamua was the first thing they believe came from another solar system and went through our solar system. And they wanted to say it was a meteor, but this was just on the news a couple of days ago. But some of the most intelligent scientists we have say they believe it was an extraterrestrial vehicle of some kind, maybe a probe, because of what it did. It didn't do anything that a meteor would do. It was shaped like it was long and thin. It wasn't shaped like a meteor. They'd never seen anything like it before. And this thing was traveling at an unbelievable speed. And a lot of the scientists wanted to poo-poo it and say, oh, it's just a meteor. But a few scientists did some numbers on it. They said there's no way it was a meteor. It was either a probe or some kind of vehicle from another civilization. Is that killer or what?
What are they waiting for?
You know, they're waiting for us to become more intelligent. I'm gonna tell you right now, we have nothing to offer them other than entertainment.
Or resources?
No. If you can travel, if you can start travel, there's all kind of planets with all kind of shit on them. They're planets made out of diamonds. One of the moons, they said one of the moons for Saturn is a planet made of diamonds.
I mean, diamonds aren't that rare. They're only made rare because people that own the mines don't find them.
Well, a diamond takes a long time to make. All it is carbon under a lot of pressure.
No, it doesn't take a long time to make. They've actually learned how to make synthetic diamonds.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in nature. I'm not talking about like
synthetic diamonds and nature diamonds aren't any different. They're exactly the same when it comes to chemical compounds.
They might be. You might be right about that.
They do the exact same thing, and they.
But you get one of these Jewish jewelers with the loop, and he'll look at it, he'll tell you the difference.
Maybe.
Sure.
Okay, they have impurities. Natural shit has impurities, some of them.
Yeah, well, they all have some degree of impurity in them, you know. It's how they cut them, which makes them really valuable.
Right. And they're saying that, I'm just saying that there's an argument out there that on your side, but I think it's like anything else. It's like money, we made it up.
Yeah.
I forget who the fuck I was listening to, but he's like, dude, we made it up. Why the fuck? We just made it's money. We made it up. It's not even real.
That's what people do.
I know, it's the same with fucking diamonds. They're not that useful.
If you go way back in the past, people used to use shells for money. The value was in a shell.
Yeah.
More than, you know, that was whatever you decide.
But it was an exchange. It was for exchange. That's my point. Again, so a shell and a dollar are the same value. They're both made up.
Right.
Neither of them have real value.
Well, value is just a made up thing anyway.
No, there's things that are actually needed in life to survive. You need shelter to survive in certain climates, in almost every climate. You need food to survive, and you need drinkable water to survive. Everything else is your perspective.
That's what we need because we're human beings.
Right.
But there are things on this planet that don't eat. Don't eat, period.
There's nothing on this planet that doesn't eat.
Yeah, it is.
What?
There are different substances on this planet that don't eat. They absorb shit, but they don't eat. They do not eat. They do not digest. They might
If
absorb
it's-
something,
then it's
like an
like-
amoeba.
Then it's digesting it.
Mm-mm.
If it's turning it into usable, if it's turning it from a different thing to a usable thing, it's digesting it. Whether it's absorbing it through its outside skin or taking it in through a mouth hole. In a sense.
Life is weird, period.
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Because there are all kinds of different life.
Yeah.
I thought. So,
But yeah, we don't even know if we can see all the life that is on this planet.
it's a lot of stuff we're not seeing now.
No, I mean, there might be things out here in the air that we don't know exist.
That's what I'm saying.
Just because we haven't figured out how
In
to
between
see it yet.
you and I,
Yeah. that's what
there's
I'm
all
saying.
kinds of things going on.
Yeah, that we
We just can't see it.
There is all kinds of things going on.
It's
There's
like my
so many
dog.
radiations.
It's like
waves.
dogs. Sometimes my dog is seeing something that I can't see. Because he'll be doing like this. He'll be like, I'll be looking at him, he'll be like, what the hell is he seeing? But he's seeing something. He might even bark.
It's just because you're blind. If you can't see better than a dog, dogs are blind. He's seeing it with his nose.
No, they're not blind. They supposedly, they said the dogs can't see color.
They can't see color and they don't see very far. They don't
No,
use
they don't see
sight.
very far.
Sight isn't the first
Their
thing they
nose
use.
is the most valuable part of a dog.
Alright, Rasta has joined us.
What's up, Rasta?
In essence, bartering involves the provision of one good or service by one party in return for another good or service from an exchange party. Bartering is an exchange of goods and services between two or more parties. I mean, good copy and paste, I guess. It's the oldest. I know I get that, but it's still something that can be created at the. We have enough resources. We only limit the resources because of the money thing. We have enough fucking Corvettes for everyone to drive. We don't have enough for everyone to drive Corvettes. We have enough for everyone that wants to drive a Corvette to drive a Corvette. We have enough cars for days and days and days. We have houses for days. Now we need to build more in certain areas.
In a lot of areas.
Yeah, in a lot of areas, and that is an issue.
It's so much poverty.
But there's enough resources to build those housing.
It might be.
Especially
It
if we
probably
actually
is.
went to more reusable resources such as hemp and shit like that instead of this old shit that we were using.
I watched them build houses out of bamboo.
They're building houses out of hemp.
Yeah, I know. And it's the same as bamboo. I
Yeah.
mean, as far as the technique of building
Yeah,
with
and
it.
bamboo's the same as hemp in a sense that it's like a really, really, really easy thing to just grow.
And it has a lot of purposes.
Yeah, and it can be used for so many things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, I'm here, motherfucker. So come on,
What are you talking about?
Justin. He said I text you, and I'm gonna see it on my phone, which is up there. No one should be poor in the U.S. You're right.
And there's plenty of poor
And there's
people.
countries that have done it on a smaller scale, and they figured out a way so that there are not poor people in their country.
And that's very few countries.
No,
Yeah.
but again, it doesn't matter. It's still, you can take those as examples to build a society that works towards the people and not the fucking people. 1%. I don't even want to say 1%. Because it's not even 1%.
Man,
It's a half a fucking
man, the
fucking 1%.
man, we don't even know what poverty is. When I watch these videos of poverty,
Oh,
I watched
yeah,
5 videos. One was from Lagos, Nigeria. Two of them was from the Philippines, and one was from India.
I wouldn't use those as examples on how to build a society.
Oh God!
Because those are countries too, based on the same thing. They're using scarcity as a way to class out their society.
Poor people, man. These people are so poor. You know, that girl stand up there. She said when she was 4 years old, no, when she was 9 years old.
Yes,
her parents died.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Ouch.
She raised herself from 9 years old.
That's impressive. I was 10.
Now,
I don't know if I would have raised myself.
she said
if I lost both my
there
parents.
was many nights
I mean, I
that
don't
she
know.
didn't eat.
What?
Many days she didn't eat. Many nights she couldn't
Yeah,
sleep. Wow.
I believe it. And why is that?
And she was super religious.
Because they live in a country where someone's allowed to rule without any consequence. Like, there's no reason.
And it's bad judgment too. It's not just that. It's bad judgment as well. It's just like here. All the baby daddy stuff.
Baby daddy stuff.
Yeah, where women get pregnant by guys, the guy disappears, and the woman has to raise the kid.
Okay.
Over there, it's epidemic. It's epidemic. The men, after they get a girl pregnant, they're gone. And there's just tons of them over there. Tons of them. And not just the guys from that country, the guys from other countries come to visit, get girls pregnant, and book, and leave them with a kid. It blew my mind. It blew my mind when I saw the statistics over there for that kind of stuff. And they don't believe in birth control. They don't believe in condoms.
You can thank the Catholic Church for that.
And that's what they are. They're staunch Catholics. They don't believe in divorce. In fact, in the Philippines, you can't get a divorce.
That's why they run.
You can't get a divorce.
I mean,
It's crazy.
I wouldn't mirror my society after the Philippines. That's for sure.
It's crazy, man.
I would find other societies throughout, like.
But,
Look
people,
at, like-
but still, even though all of that, they still have some of the lowest crime in the world.
Yeah, because they have some of the harshest penalties.
They
They don't
have-
just play
they-
around and put you in jail and make money off you. They just kill you.
They have some of the most beautiful landscapes you could ever want to see. And the place is just absolutely beautiful, you know, when it's not a typhoon or something like that going through. It's absolutely beautiful, but the people are just so poor. The happiest poor people I've ever seen in my life.
I wonder why.
That girl I'm talking to over there,
And again,
They
poor.
eat rice.
Hold on, because you just said it. Like, would you consider the Inuit people that live up in fucking northern Canada poor?
yeah,
No, I wouldn't.
I would.
They don't have a desire for money, so that you can't consider them poor if they're like, because they're rich in their world. They're rich in their world in the sense that they've got all their food that they need for the year. They have fish for days. Everything that they need as a society, they survive on. What?
Some of those villages that are way up there, where the Aleut Indians are, way up there.
Yeah, the actual Inuits.
Yes, believe me,
I think that's the right word. Am I saying? I hope that's not
Inuit.
The I know, but that might be the offensive.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. The native people.
Well,
the native
when I was up
people
there, that's
know.
what they called themselves.
Oh, was it?
So, yes.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's,
I've never
it's
been there.
Inuit and what's the other one? Oh, I can't remember the other one now. But the problem is they got turned on to modern society. They want the snowmobile. They want all that stuff up there. You know, before they got
I'm not
turned on to
talking
that.
about them people.
You talking about people that live out?
No, I'm talking about there's still a small group of people that are actually we're fucking over with some of the mining or some of the gas stuff they do up there.
Pipeline
It's
and
fucking up their rivers where these people literally still live in huts.
yeah,
They don't have cars. They don't have anything. They live in huts and they live on the river.
yeah.
They're constantly moving.
But they have stuff.
Not the ones I saw.
Well, they must be really remote there.
That's what I'm saying.
Because-
That's what they were talking about. They weren't talking about people who still live in a village.
Because the girl I was seeing when I was up there, she had her teaching certificate and she was a bush pilot. And she would fly up to small villages to teach the kids. You know, that's how I know a lot about it. She would tell me stuff. And she said before 29 or something like that, it wasn't a lot of influence from the lower 48s up there. And, you know, they just, like you said, you know, they survived off the land. But after they found out about snowmobiles and, you know, insulated clothes and all that, it spoiled them.
Well, I mean,
And that's why a lot of them are alcoholics.
because they got spoiled.
Yeah, they got spoiled and they didn't have resources. They wanted that stuff, didn't have resources. So they ended up drinking their life away. When I was up there in Fairbanks, man, the Indians would come into town and they would go straight to the bar. And they would get so messed up, they'd be laying in the street. Literally. You walk by them, they'd be standing against the wall like this, you walk by them, all of a sudden, bam! They just pass out on the street, just laying out there. People stepping over them. I'm like, I've never seen shit like that before. They had a serious drinking problem. And the problem with them too, they had money. Because the pipeline had given them all money. So they didn't have nothing to do but get drunk, beat their wives and shit.
Yeah, alcoholics usually beat their wives.
Mm-hmm.
That is an unfortunate fact.
But you know, the world is, they got all these guys on YouTube that travel all around the world making these YouTube documentaries.
Uh-huh.
These guys are living a life, man. Oh my God.
Who?
These different guys that are on YouTube. They go to India, they go all around the world. And they make, what do they call them, vloggers?
Yep.
Yeah.
You gotta have the money to do that, though.
A couple of them do and a couple of them don't. There are a couple of them, they call them shoestringers. They go on a shoestring. When they go, they don't stay in big cities. When they go to these places, they go into the villages and live. And
Right.
hang out.
And they work there and make their money there. And
Or they might not make no money, but they'll be able to eat and have a place to stay. Ain't a lot of money, man. Jesus Christ. We're like billionaires to them. That girl always tells me, she says, you got flat screen TV? Yeah. Is it a big one? 55 inch? Oh, that's really expensive. She'll ask me questions about stuff and she'll be amazed at how much stuff we have.
mm-hmm.
Another thing they do over there.
But the crazy part is there's people over there that have the same shit we have.
Oh yeah, a handful. Yeah. There are rich people over there, don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? She was telling me a lot of the richer people over there are from the Philippines, they're from Japan and China and Korea.
Yeah.
They come over and start businesses in the Philippines because they can get workers real cheap. You know, if you make $3 or $4 a day in the Philippines, you're really making good money.
Yeah.
She told me for a whole week's work, she gets, I think she said $70 a week. And she works every day for at least 5 hours, every day, except for Sunday. That ain't a lot of money. That's why they eat rice all the time. Almost every time I talk to her, and she's making lunch or she's making dinner, it's always rice. And when they can afford to have rice and dried fish, or rice and sardines, but they eat a lot. Yeah, they eat a lot of rice.
Sardines are so bad.
Believe it or not, sardines are good for you.
I know they're good for you, but they taste like shit.
Well, just imagine if you had to eat sardines 4 or 5 times a week.
They probably wouldn't taste as bad.
Probably would.
Because, I mean, sardines are one of those ones where it's like, I've tried. I tried them on a pizza. They are just too much.
I like sardines that are in oil. In fact, I like the sardines that are in mustard too. Because they come in oil, they come in mustard, they come in olive oil, they come in mustard, and they come in
Mustard
tomato
might
sauce.
be interested.
It is. It's not. Yeah.
Might have to try the mustard. Okay.
Yeah, they're always eating sardines over there. It's one of their staples.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
Lasts forever.
It fills you up with that rice especially.
Yeah, because you eat just a sardine on some rice.
They eat with their hands.
You know, it's got forks.
Huh?
Like, I wash my stuff.
You know what they don't have over there? They don't have knives. Filipinos don't eat with knives, period. They eat with a spoon and a fork. They don't have any knives.
Then they must always cook their meat to the point where it's just. They
That's
don't ever
tender.
let. Yeah,
Well,
tender.
you know. What is it called? Icha?
Because fish doesn't need a knife.
I think it's called ichan.
If you don't eat steak,
You know what ichan is?
no.
I think it's pronounced ichan.
Uh-uh.
It's a roasted pig.
Well,
That's-
that'll fall apart on.
That's big time over there. At weddings, birthday parties, you have to have
That's
ichan.
everywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Like, I remember one group had a whole roasted pig at this, because I would do weddings, you know, catered weddings at the golf course.
Yeah, yeah.
And this, they had a whole pig, roasted pig outside on a spit, and they wanted to make sure that the bride and groom got the nose.
They had it at what's that head shop on John R? BT's?
VDTs.
Yeah, they had Incheon there a couple of years ago. They had it dead outside and they roasted a pig.
Yeah, they'll do that. Well, it's probably one of their anniversaries.
It was. Another thing that's crazy about well, Asia period, they like fighting things. Like she was telling me, because I heard about fighting roosters.
Yeah.
And you get, everybody over there has a rooster. Roosters are everywhere. That's all you hear all day long. Roosters, all day long. She said they have fighting roosters. But this is going to be crazy. Listen to this. Fighting horses and fighting spiders.
Okay, spiders make sense. Because they have some big ass spiders there.
Yeah, they got several species of spider there.
Yeah, I'd say so. The warmer it is, the bigger they get.
And they got one over there called a blue spider. I saw a picture of it. It's blue.
I mean, that is a positive of cold weather. You don't have to deal with as many bugs.
Mm-hmm.
But,
There's a lot of bugs in Florida, and in Georgia, there's a ton of bugs.
oh, dude, Georgia, we were walking through the fucking forest and you could see the ticks falling through the air.
Yeah.
There were so many. It was just slap, slap, slap.
Mm-hmm.
Too much. But at the same time, when you're on that coast, though, those bugs go away.
Someone told me, I don't know if it's true or not, but someone told me there's very few bugs in Hawaii because it's so far away from everything. They said it's very few bugs.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, somebody told me. I think my friend that lived, I think he lived there for 8 years. He told me that it's not a lot of bugs. It's some, but not a lot. Not a big variety of bugs.
Yeah, that would be an island that's very far away.
That's what
hard
it
for
is.
bugs to actually. You'd have to have driftwood.
Yeah, some kind of way for them to get there.
Yeah, and for a bug to live on a piece of driftwood that long would be pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, I must say. All right, Dave, that's been an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That went quick.
That's what happens when you got something to say.
We got something to talk about. Okay,
Yeah.
so Monday, and you gotta go to the dentist.
Yeah, we'll figure that out in a second.